Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Coach's Box. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Well, we're doing all right, I guess.
Jason, how are you doing?
Great.
Chris, how are you doing?
You know, I'm surviving.
Riley, how are you doing?
Hey, wait
a second.
Where's Casper?
Well, you can't see him because he's Casper.
Oh. It's like, where's Waldo?
Am I putting my hand on his shoulder?
Are you crashing?
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that to the ghost there.
Oh, but anyway, hey,
Yeah.
we're in for a good show. Got a lot of topics to talk about. I mean, whether it's local.
Did you make a list of those topics?
It wasn't my turn this week. We figured we
don't
passed
have
the.
a turn
I
here.
thought you had a message on there with some ideas today.
I have ideas.
Not
He's
everyone
creative.
wants to hear your ideas, but yes.
And now Zach knows how I feel.
But I mean, there's lots and lots going on. I mean, at the local scene, also with the Cardinals. I mean, nationally as well. So I mean, Chris, we had kind of a special broadcast last night. If you want to tell everybody, kind of fill everybody in, what went down last night?
Well, for anyone who didn't have it pop up on their screen or look at our Facebook page, but the Jefferson R7 Lady Blue Jays Class 2 ranked second, last on the last polls, played the St. Pius Lancers, who are ranked, I think they're ranked 7th.
No,
I think they are.
Okay.
7th in Class 4. Anyway, defending conference champs, Blue Jays with 4 All-Staters. I mean, against, a team, the Lancers only have 1 senior, a couple good freshmen, great sophomore. It's All-State. So that was a lot of fun. We broadcasted the game. We did it for free because that's what we like to do. Do stuff for free for people.
Right.
And
I'm sharing for free right now, too.
see, Jason's sharing.
You know
It's what we are. We are all about that.
I added a bunch of new sports groups in the St. Louis area so I
Nice.
can share our
That's
show.
nice.
That's a pro move right there, Zach. You need to get on that level of sharing.
I mean, I don't even know what these sports groups are, but the Sports Fix presentation, I mean, all kinds of them. If it said sports, I added to it. So now I'm getting
Oh my goodness.
all these
He's getting all
updates.
kinds of spam now.
Hey,
Oh, there's a
Casper!
signing.
Hold on. We
There's
had
the
a
signing. Yep,
He went away though.
straight to
Yeah.
the bathroom. It sucks to get old.
Yeah, it does. That's what I hear. So speaking of not getting old, that was a pretty entertaining volleyball game last night.
It was exciting.
Very exciting.
Our first time ever delving into the waters of trying to broadcast a volleyball game, and I heard it today from a few people like, "Hey, you guys did an outstanding job." A lot of basketball lingo in the call.
Yeah.
Well, that's great because I don't know any of the volleyball lingo.
Well, I mean, I know some, and I thought the passes were good.
I knew there was a pass,
Right.
but it was the first time. It's the first hit. The second one's called a set.
It's called a set.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Sorry, I'm still sharing all these pages I added. It's
Jason, you
taking
just
a
do
while.
you right now, man.
But I tell you
Hang on.
what, it was fun to watch and see a couple state-ranked opponents with Jefferson, wanting to go claw their way back to the state Final Four. They're on a mission to do that. And then St. Pius, they're in a tough district with Farmington that Farmington's going to host. So I'm hearing some buzz that maybe whoever wins that district has a chance to move on maybe a few rounds later in the state playoffs coming up here. But all in all, I mean, it was a packed house.
Packed house. Ralph Boyer Gymnasium was rocking, literally. You could see it on the camera.
You could see it on the camera.
Yep.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's what I heard, too.
Yeah.
Was it
It's
shaking?
pointed out, yeah. You know, when you're an amateur, that's what happens, man. I mean, you're not any good, apparently. I never thought I said I was not any good.
Amateur.
Amateur. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of professionals out there who they know all about this stuff. I don't, man. I learned all this. I learned all this crap on YouTube.
Hold on, but did you have to pay for those videos
what
on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, outside of sitting there waiting for those little 5-second sponsor ads, which you
Right.
hate.
Yeah.
No, it was damn free.
Okay.
I mean,
Like the show.
like the show.
Like I addressed in my commercial. For free!
But I see other broadcasts from all kinds of other different outlets, and they have tech issues.
Yeah, I mean,
every week.
we had a
Yes.
couple
Every
of tech issues.
There's tech issues?
yes.
The apple juice?
No.
In all and everything?
Right now, we are
Apple
1,000% Apple free.
Well, we're not
okay,
1,000%.
I take it back.
We got some
We're about
phones.
95% right
We got some
now.
phones
They're
there.
not even. We're not even using them.
Oh. We're
So-
using the new camera.
An
Yes.
actual camera.
It's a camera.
Uh-huh, yeah, I'm sure.
Hey,
Are you the one that donated this camera? Said camera?
no,
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
We'll open the books later. Not the place. Hang on.
Playbook.
I
It's Carolina,
Flex.
and
Flex.
Flex. That's it.
What else?
That is it.
I don't know. Defense. Tried to stop him.
Get in their way.
No, you did a good
Foul.
job of that. Stopped us.
Foul.
Try to block the shot.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, and then roll your ankle while you do it.
You know, hey,
You're 5'5". Go ahead. Give
hey.
it a whirl.
stranger things have happened, man. A 16's beat the 1.
Once.
It has happened.
Once.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, back to what counts in life. The volleyball game was rather
Basketball
entertaining.
season started?
No,
He said what counts in life.
I'd agree.
Oh.
the show.
Oh, sorry.
My fault.
Gosh.
My apologies.
When I was talking about the conversation and getting back to the show, that was more important. So, I mean, for the first time doing a volleyball game, I enjoyed it. It was fun. And I had a lot of people who said, you know, we really appreciate you doing that, or they would come up before the game and say, "Are you guys with the radio?" And I said, "No.
No.
Where can I watch it?" And no, here, let me show you. And
Did you say to like, add, and share?
I
All in one
to,
shot.
I tell them to subscribe and stuff.
Hit the red button.
All that stuff.
All that stuff.
But you know,
That's a scientific word.
the biggest thing that I see. With
How
the
would you
whole-
know, Casper? You just got here.
But I was watching.
golly.
He sees everything.
I did watch a lot of that last night, and I was very impressed. Just simply the fact that neither one of you.
I just had to
guys-
make sure he was real.
neither one of you guys probably know a lot about volleyball, but
None.
if you were watching the
I know
broadcast,
enough.
I mean, I heard enough from both of you that made me realize that you guys had a little bit of knowledge of volleyball. Like, it was impressive to say the least. I
Well,
mean,
yeah. I mean, I've watched a lot of volleyball.
Better watch your shoulder there in a second.
start revving on. But no, the other thing was,
were so good.
and then one of the things that I think talk about is both of you. Not only did you know most of the kids from Pius, but also from R7, where you were announcing the kids' names in the moment. Like, and to me, somebody that's watching it and doesn't know a lot of those kids, just hearing and being able to not stub over to the names because you don't know who they are or whatever.
We're foreshadowing is what we're doing right now, because I believe that January 13th would be an awesome date for us to do something like that.
How are we going to do this?
Oh, dude,
everybody's coaching.
I will
Well, you
definitely.
three are
I can
coaching.
definitely do the girls' game.
We would
And
would wear
and
wear mics.
and I would talk as no.
That would
I'm
be
not
hilarious.
wearing a mic during no game.
my God!
But I
Hold
will.
on. We're going to do it Hard Knock style. We're like at halftime and then pregame. We're going to come in and record both your pregame speeches.
Yeah,
and
you
your
can record
pregame-
my speech.
And
I'm good.
Blair's pregame speech.
Once it's over, it's over. It's
Well, and Zach, I need to put out a help wanted ad because I need someone who can play a guitar an acoustic guitar, because you already told me you can't. Now listen,
Right.
follow me.
I play the
Where's
drums.
he going with
Wait
this?
for it. Wait for it.
Where is he going with
So,
this?
in my team meetings, pregame, we're gonna just have that guy play the guitar, and we're gonna sing "Kumbaya" with him, because that's about as mellow as it's gonna
I think I
get
hear
in
a
our
fiddle.
locker
I
room.
think that's all I hear is a fiddle. Fiddle.
Oh,
You guys just get out there and do your best.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what you said.
We're all winners here.
I have a feeling that is not.
here's your ice cream afterwards.
Here you go,
I
little
have
guy.
a feeling that was not the half game speech last year at halftime. You know, the halftime speech.
That was the in between quarter speech.
Well, yeah, that may have been after the first quarter.
I may
That's
have
what I
heard a little bit of that conversation.
I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
was all-
Sports,
it was
other subjects.
It was all
Cardinals.
sunshine and
I'm
rainbows.
just saying. I was just foreshadowing. I mean, I'm not afraid to do the girls' game that night at all because
think it'd be fun.
I'm going to be talking about how the coach needs to put in this certain girl if he wants
I
to
tell you
win.
what. Here's what we'll do.
We'll throw graphics of her up on the court.
Yeah.
Look, she's actually out there playing. No way, that's just us playing around.
Since
Sorry.
you guys are
Is
all
that her
playing,
or is
I'll
that
just get
Casper?
I'll get a mic, and then while the game's going on, if I don't like how it's going on this end, I'll just get on the bench on the other side and be like, "Hey, Jarvis, what do you think of this guy over here calling these plays?
He looks a little rattled, sir.
What do you think? Hey, how much longer till we get a Hulk slam? Hulk smash.
Depends on the day. You guys act like I have anger issues.
Whenever the
Just a
white
tad.
towel throws in, that's what you would hear about.
Oh,
I don't have anger
I was
issues.
gonna say, hold on, time out. This guy in white, nope.
Oh, we're not
waiting-
falling forward
I was
here.
waiting for that.
We are not. I already busted on that. We're not falling forward.
That's exactly why I said that. just
we
to see
ain't
the-
falling forward.
Poke the bear a little bit.
All right, show topics.
So, okay.
Get to
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry.
Well, all right.
we don't want to listen to you sandbag anyway. Go ahead.
So
No, I'm not sandbagging.
this weekend, this past Sunday, was the last regular season home game for the Cardinals, and we had the opportunity to go, and we got to see the ceremony beforehand. You know, where they celebrated Yada, they celebrated Albert, and I mean, you know, Coach Halley was fortunate enough to go up too. You know, several other different people that we know. That ceremony was phenomenal. I'm so glad I got to share that with Ethan, because we were kind of talking beforehand and after, and Wayno in his comment, in his speech. Somebody's live here on
It's
their phone.
me.
Yeah, it's Chris.
Oh
on
my
assignment.
gosh.
Shooty on
Shooty
assignment.
Junior.
Trying to share out
So,
the show. Shut
you
up.
know, Ethan, Wayno had made the comment, I have no doubt that if Albert would have stayed, we would have won at least 2 more World Series. And then Ethan and I were kind of talking about that and some of the things that he was saying. Do you think Albert would go down if he would have stayed with the Cardinals as one of the, if not the best baseball player of all time?
I think he has more home runs right now. I do.
I definitely think that, and I also think that, you know, he's definitely going to be the all-time greatest Cardinal. I think if he would have stayed with them for that many years,
If he would have stayed.
because I firmly believe
He's number
that.
2.
I mean, but now he is maybe.
But because he left.
But if he would have stayed, I think he would have
Yeah.
definitely been a number one.
I've got a
all-time
hot. I've got a hot take though about him staying. So I get into
we gonna
think about
disagree?
it. Well, probably. You know, sympathetically, I would want to think that if he'd never left St. Louis, that he would have had more RBIs, more home runs, and hit better. The dude had a lot of injuries. Okay, so and he got to play half the game in the American League. I don't think he would have had the stats as much as I want to and as I believe. And if they would have had the designated hitter, it's not even a question. He's the greatest baseball player of all time. Okay, in the National League, I mean, if they had a designated hitter and he could have stayed in St. Louis,
Right.
But I mean, it's sympathetic to think that and I originally said that. And now I've kind of rethought about it. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, he was banged up. That plantar fasciitis was bad several years. Back, different things.
He had lots of surgeries. I mean,
He's in great shape this year. And
But think about the
He
amount
still
of time.
runs like a geriatric.
Well, when you're 45 or whatever he is, it's going to happen.
I am 12.
Right? But, I mean, you also, you talk about, look at how he played, because he even made the comment in his speech that I didn't know. I thank my agent for talking me in out of retiring and coming back. But then the first few months of the season, I didn't know if it was the right decision to make. And so part of that was, I think, playing time. Part of that was trying to get in the groove. And, once we got into the dog days of the season and things started heating up, he got to play a little bit more.
Started heating up.
After All-Star break,
he carried our butts for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely did.
Well, I mean, and that's what great players do.
That's what.
Here's my thing, and
Uh-oh,
you guys
you
are going to say...
I'm going to hate this.
You're
I
gonna
know
hate
it already.
this.
I already know. It's
So...
coming.
When we were there, and I know I know what's going to come out of his mouth, but that's fine.
Yeah. Act like
All
you
right,
know
spit
me.
it out.
So, Yachty, it's standing, everybody's standing O's, and they're going through their speeches and all of that, and they're getting all of the love and adoration, that's fine. But I thought, for what Albert has done over his career and what he has meant to St. Louis, I didn't think he got his just due in terms of the fans and just being loud and cheering. I thought Yachty got more love, and I understand that Yachty
got more love because he was here.
That's right.
I get that, but part of it is that you cannot compare or even say that Yachty is in the same atmosphere as Pujols is and as a collective player.
Loyalty. We are in the Midwest, man. Loyalty.
Yeah, but part of that
Agreed.
loyalty was Albert being loyal to the other players in the MLB and the Players Association when they say,
Why,
"Hey,
because you set the
oh
market?
my Lord,
'Cause you
you're
set the
making
market.
excuses for the dude.
it's not
You are
excuses.
the biggest excuse maker at this table.
No, hold on, time out.
Oh,
no,
boy.
no,
Yes.
no,
Fall forward.
No, that's not an excuse.
Well, yeah. Excuse to be weak.
Excuse.
Sucking.
Oh my gosh! Excuse to be. All right, John Crease. Jason Jarvis karate over here. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir.
That's right. Damn it.
But I don't know. He just passed Babe Ruth as number 2 on RBIs. He's top 4 in home runs. He's the best player of our generation. He's
Nah.
on the Mount Rushmore of MLB, not St. Louis, of MLB. And
I would agree.
Not agree.
I just wanted more for him.
Well, and I think that the biggest, when you look at the whole biggest picture of his career, you take away the 10 years that he was away, and you put the 11, 12 years that he was in St. Louis. Like, to me, in those 12 years, he made his name for himself as one of the best ever to play the game. Mm-hmm. You take away the 10 years that he didn't play in St. Louis, and he's in the middle to the average player.
Well, 7 of those years, he was better than any Cardinal first baseman.
Well, totally agree.
You just said,
but
no.
But when
His
he was
numbers-
not in St. Louis, his numbers were not good. So if you take and combine that all, he's in the middle of the pack.
Okay, so
You're
here's
going to make me
here-
get my phone out.
here's
but
how good Pujols is. How many home runs did he have as a Cardinal? 400 and what?
He never hit over 300, by the way, in the entire time he was in away from St. Louis.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No, because I'm going to win a bet as soon as the season's over.
Okay.
Because I said he'd never
average?
hit. I said all those years ago. It's 10 years ago. I've never forgot this. He would never hit 300, bat and hit 30 home runs,
30 and 100
and bat in 100 RBIs.
He did the 30 and 100.
He did 30 and 100,
Yes.
but he never did. The batting average always went down.
Well, it's the analytics. Nobody cares about average anymore.
No, I mean, a couple more hits here or there. But no, if you take those 10 years away and just say he retired at that point, he's in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. That's how good he was because he was already putting up numbers. And again, if and buts, okay, he might have hit him, but then again, he was hurting. He was in a lot of pain. So, I don't think he would.
I still say that he's in the middle of the road. If you would have taken out those 10 years, he's one of the best to ever play the game.
Well, he is. I think
What do you mean
he's-
with those 10 years? He's
Hey,
still.
I got a good question
Well,
for
he still
Jason.
is,
I
but
have
I
to
think
say,
he's taken
I have
that
to
out.
say that Pujols is the greatest player by generation. I agree with you, Zach. And you question that. So,
I question it.
okay, so who is? Just name him. Best player of your generation. Whole time you've been alive, where you understand the
Barry
game. And watch it.
Bonds. Best all-around player. Still stolen bases, hitting, fielding, even before he roided.
Before he roided, but I mean, he was an all-around baseball player, and then he started doing that, and then he wasn't stealing the bases.
He wasn't having the defense.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't a Gold Glover at that point. I mean,
neither was Pujols. Come on,
Pujols was a five-time Gold Glover.
Yeah.
Okay, 5-time. I don't know how many Barry has.
Well, go Barry from about the time he started bulking up, and yeah, he's got a bunch, but he didn't have any after. I mean, he might have had a couple that were just percentage-wise or something. But
I mean, I can tell you right now, I would have took these numbers on home runs if Pujols would have stayed. 30, 17, that was a bad year.
I think it's
28, 40, 31, 23, 23, 24. Now he had the 24, sorry, was St. Louis, my bad. He was 2 teams in 2000. Yeah, that's not it. But when he was with the Los Angeles Angels, I would take those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got to think, the year he hit 40 home runs, Jason, I bet you he had 90 RBIs.
How many at-bats did he have?
That's not his fault.
He had 95 RBIs.
95. So he had 95. 40 home runs and 95 RBIs.
Half of it was him.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is the team sucked.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another. That's a hot topic too. Is the Angels are wasting Ohtani and Trout are sitting there wasting away.
Trout's about done.
But you said the word just 5 minutes ago.
Say that
loyalty.
He hit 37 home runs.
Loyalty. I mean, he's had his opportunity to go, and he said no.
No, he signed a long-term deal.
I know, but he could have gone. He could have walked, but because of his loyalty, Trout's like, I want to stay. I want to be an Angel.
He was drafted by them, and when he felt slighted by the 20 teams that passed on, including the Cardinals.
Right.
Sure, I'd say I'm going to stick
Randall
with
Grichuk was he one?
He was. I think he was selected right before him.
Right before him.
Yeah, good call.
Randall Grichuk.
Mike Trout, future Hall of Famer. Randall Grichuk, guy who wears spandex pants.
And pulls. Yeah. I hate the way he wears his pants.
So there's two things that you guys brought up.
Leggings.
So Bonds.
Okay.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Bonds and Judge. We're gonna tie that into Judge, and then we're gonna talk about Ohtani. And then
I wasn't bringing it up because of that, but
I know. But then talk about kind of the MVP
race.
race. So I'm here. Here's your hot take or whatever that Chris had said earlier. I'm tired of ESPN breaking news because they're worried about some guy, Judge, that's fine. He should be the MVP this year. Who's going to hit 61 or 62? Hey, you know what? When you get to 74, then call me.
Yes.
Then call me. I could care less about you hitting 61 because there's been it done, 5, 6 other times? I don't care.
That's the American League record.
How many? Yeah, were they clean? Were they clean?
What do you mean clean?
Were they clean?
Were their glasses
No.
clean? Or
Did
what?
Barry Bonds break any rules?
No. So, yes, it's clean. Just like back in the 70s when they used methamphetamine.
Did he break any rules?
No.
No.
Hey, hold on. Time out. Clean. Hold on. Oh, wait. So what's more of a performance enhancer?
Okay.
Juicing? Oh, no. Juicing
here he
or
goes.
LASIK surgery? Juicing or LASIK surgery is more of a performance enhancer. I'm going to go ahead and say that you're hitting a 90-plus mile-an-hour baseball. Yeah, I'd want to see it to hit it. That's more of a performance enhancer. When Tiger Woods says, "Hey, I've got 20,"
I'm just going to let you ramble on.
when I've got 20,
you're like my dad. I'm just going to let you go.
When I've got 20/15 vision and I can see farther than anybody else and clearer than everybody else, I've got an advantage.
You also didn't let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I said how many to clean.
Man, I
okay,
hear that all the time.
Great. So the argument is, does it count or does it not? Well, it does because they did it.
True.
Okay.
True.
We don't
You
know.
haven't banned those guys
We don't
from
know that
baseball.
other-
You just pulled the one stupid card that you had because you're a pissed off sports writer, and you probably use those guys to further your career by writing about them when they were juicing, when they got caught juicing.
So, what year do you think they started juicing?
Well, I mean, they've been doing it.
90.
Yeah,
Well,
I would say
McGuire and them was probably 88, 89 when they.
Yeah, but if we take Bonds, I would say Bonds is probably
93-ish.
right after he came to the Giants. So probably his second year.
1993 is when he came to the Giants.
I'm going to use another stat. Hold on. So we're going to say the juice is what helped him get a home run, all these home runs. It wasn't the fact that they built AT&T Stadium specifically for him.
Well, how
and
many
made it 309 feet in right field. 309 feet. That's 9 feet further than a high school field.
Yes.
Hold on. That's not going into
Well, Yankee
consideration.
Field's been a pretty nice hitting field.
Exactly.
For
And who are the
lefties for
other
how long?
non-roided players? Who are the other non-roided players that hit 60 or more? Yankee players?
Yes.
Nobody's talking about the fact that they built that stadium that way.
For that purpose.
So don't sit here
I
and give me this.
mean, you look at Bond's stats, and we could start before he comes to San Francisco. I mean, home runs. I don't even care about the rest. I mean, he has a lot of other great stats, but 16 home runs as a rookie, 25, 24, 19, 33, 25, 34, 46, 37. And let's keep going. 33, 42, 40, 37, 34, 49, 73, 46, 45, 45.
Now we know that Jason can count 20 numbers at a time.
But what I'm saying, holy crap.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
He was a good player, man. I'm not taking anything away from him. He was a great player.
Now, if I was going to pick, I'm picking Pujols all freaking day.
And then
Pujols is
this era, all that you have to turn on ESPN and you're on Facebook or whatever, and people are talking about roids. Oh, because the pitchers weren't using steroids either.
I know.
Come on now. Oh, it was just the hitters.
Roger Clemens. I mean,
It was just the hitters. I'm sorry. Come on.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson did not.
We don't
never
know.
know.
That.
He did
We
not.
never know.
We don't know that
We don't
Pujols
know
never
that-
did. We don't know that all these. I mean, how can you know for a fact?
You don't?
How do you know for a fact that dude never juiced? We
You
don't.
Nope. You never will either.
Just because Barry and them admitted it, they had to basically. I mean,
I mean, I agree
I'll
with
tell you
Jason.
this. It was
Totally
still
agree with you.
one hell of a fun summer to watch Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire go at it. And I don't care how many times they stuck needles in their butts.
It regenerated baseball.
Saved baseball.
It definitely regenerated.
Yeah, I'm
Major
pretty
League.
sure those you just said it. Those sports writers.
sports writers.
I'm sure they were, writing their stories back in '98.
Well, they were stupid if they didn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They rode their backs when they were juicing. Then whenever they got caught cheating or assumed they were cheating,
their backs there,
rode
too.
back then to make money. And then because they don't make the Hall of Fame because of their votes, they get to write about that too.
Well, and that kills me. The whole Hall of Fame. It's
true.
I mean, Pete
Sports
Rose is a
writers.
Hall of Famer. Come on. I don't care if you bet on baseball.
Well, he signed a contract. Says
I
he can't.
do not care that he bet on baseball.
Thank you, Jarvis. We finally agree on something.
He had a lifetime ban. You know why?
Because he bet on baseball.
Right. That's that. You can kill somebody,
But
and
you can
that's
do that
okay.
now.
You bet on baseball. The worst.
Hold on, you can bet on baseball now.
It was against the rules then.
so.
Game fixing was a big deal back then.
Roids wasn't against the rules, so why are you so against that?
This was against the
but
rules.
Against
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Roids were not against the
No,
rules.
I'm talking about betting on baseball.
I know, but I'm
It was.
comparing.
No.
I'm comparing that you are going to ban. These guys shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
I never said that they shouldn't be.
I would
You put them in. They hit the home runs. They made the plays.
Pete Rose has the most hits of any baseball
And
player. I don't care.
I think he's
I don't
Hall of
care
Fame
he
worthy.
gambled.
But you know what? He signed. It says that he bet on baseball and agreed that it was a lifetime ban. That includes the Hall of Fame.
Silly.
They can always rescind it. MLB can always
Yeah,
rescind it.
they have the
Call
power
the
to do
pardon.
it.
I mean,
But you know what? No commissioner is going to do it. None.
If I was commissioner, I'd do it.
Well,
Hey,
you'd be
let's
known.
start that trend.
you're not.
You would be known for something special.
I mean,
Dude, nothing else is special, Jason. That's the only thing you're going to be known for. That's all
that
I
would
got
be
out of that.
fine.
That's all I got out
I
of
would
that.
definitely want to be known for that.
so
Oh, Lord.
the other topic that Jarvis brought up when he was talking about Ohtani. So last year, rightfully so, because you hadn't seen anything like that since Babe Ruth. Ohtani is the MVP. Now, this year, it's Judge or Ohtani. Judge, obviously, with all
It's
the
gotta
home
be-
runs.
to me, it's Judge.
Triple crown. Ohtani with his ERA and hitting. Go ahead, go.
It's Judge. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I don't always agree with it because it kind of burned me last year. But, they say your team's winning, so that adds to the – even though it should be the most valuable player. But What is the most? And that's the whole other thing. What is the most valuable player?
What does that
Is
mean?
it the most valuable player in the league? Is it the most valuable player to that team? What is the definition?
It becomes the most important player to your to the team.
73-89 is their record right now. I mean, so is that
Well,
that value?
he's
Is that
carrying them.
value?
Well, that's listen. That's
is that-
GVF right there.
is that-
That's how much value there's GVF.
I say the 99
MF.
wins
Oh,
and the East
No.
lead, the 62 home runs. That's the great value.
well, okay. Well, here's the problem, though. Okay, if you had to take one guy right now for your team, to say he's a franchise player, who are you taking out of those two?
Judge.
Well, I totally think with Judge.
Man.
What's the age?
Oh, they're about the same. I think Judge is 28, maybe now.
What's Ohtani?
Tani's probably 26.
Six,
Yeah,
something.
okay,
Well,
there's a couple of years difference.
Now, are you? Oh man.
Take
I'm
okay.
going to take the younger player. If we're saying they have to be the face of the franchise.
Hypothetically, let's say they're the same age. They're not, but let's just say it.
I still go with Judge.
I can get pitching. I'm going to take Judge.
So you mean to tell me you're going to take the guy who he can field, he can lead off, obviously. He's going to hit the home run over a guy who can do everything you just said.
Right.
Plus,
And-
who's going 15
I'm-
games?
And
I'm
he's
the
going to
owner.
start. He's going to start 25 games at
Right.
least.
I'm the owner. Who's making me more money? Judge.
The guy who has the entire nation of Japan behind him, and the regular fans.
I never answered because I was still debating this in my head, but I think longevity-wise, I'm going with Judge because I don't know how long this is going to last. But I don't know that he can pitch and hit at this level
Here,
that long.
I would agree with you on that, but he had to
is
have Tommy
dynamic.
John surgery and didn't pitch for an entire year and still hit after Tommy John surgery.
What a
Right.
stud.
Now you talk about value. I mean, he
That's why
obviously
I'm
brings
saying.
more value because it's one guy.
He
and-
brings more value
You can-
to your team if you take the guy that can pitch and hit.
if you got
Most
a guy,
valuable player.
you get 26 guys on the roster, right?
yeah,
one
now
of them
it's
can
27.
do. One of them
Does
can do
two
two things.
roles.
So there's two, just like that.
I hear you.
And like I said, okay, so he has to have Tommy John surgery. Has shut him down for the season. I can still hit, coach.
Yeah.
All right, because he hits
You
left-handed.
can't until you get cleared from your surgery. But
Well, I'm saying
at
that
some point,
you can't pitch. You get clear for your surgery, but then you have the rehab. He can hit. He can still, because again, he hits left-handed. He throws and everything else right-handed. So
he's unique, man.
yes, he is. So again,
I
that's
still
what I'm
think
saying.
Judge is the most valuable player.
I'll tell you what, if Judge would have only hit 50, let's say he'd hit 58, 59, he matched Stanton. He's not the MVP.
How many wins did Ohtani have?
I'm just saying. Okay, how much was he responsible for percentage-wise?
Well, how many freaking wins?
Well, not a
was
lot because they didn't
Judge?
win a lot.
Okay, percentage-wise. So he can't do everything. But when he's a pitcher, he can control a lot. What was his ERA this year?
It's hard to take
Sub 3?
2.55.
This is one where it's hard for me to take a stance either way. 'Cause
You're right. You're right either way.
All right,
You're wrong
just-
either
just,
way.
play
Right
the coach. Play
right-
the coach speak. Sit on the fence.
Calls it like he sees it.
I'm just saying,
Make-
man, that's
make
a
a call,
hard
Jason.
one. I can't make a call.
Oh my god!
You have to give it to Judge because
You're talking about Judge is the MVP this year
Okay,
by far
I think Judge is the MVP.
I would agree.
because he's hit. Think about he carried them for a minute, like a long minute.
He did.
When they were struggling right after they played in St. Louis.
And he also had a streak of like, I don't know, 10 games out of 14 that he homered or something. I mean, it was a great run.
and he
for him.
didn't just homer, and then he had to play center field for him
Until
I mean,
Bader.
the guy.
He's a stud.
It's an MVP year,
I'd
He's
agree.
a stud.
and with Ohtani getting it already, and that's terrible to look at it that way too. But
I think there is a component about winning.
You're gonna jump in there any time, man. You know how
I'm
this
waiting
works.
as music's going. So
bull crap. He's Casper.
But you know, I
got
want to
bills
go
to
back.
pay.
I want to go back to the Cardinals before we go to break. And real quick, my biggest thought process in this whole weekend series
Do you
at
even
home.
have a thought? Okay.
Okay. Yes, is nothing was mentioned about Adam Wainwright and retiring.
He's not retiring.
Do you think he's retiring but doesn't want notoriety about talking about me. He
Yeah.
wants to let those two guys get their notoriety and get let up on a
I think
pedestal
so.
because those two guys are the franchise.
He don't want to retire.
That mentality, and I honestly do think he wants to retire.
Oh no,
and I think
heard
he's
his
not,
conversation.
but he's not a kind of player that wants all about me.
Right.
It's not about me. It's about the team. It's about the pro, and what we can do together, and not necessarily. Maybe we could talk a little bit about that when we come back from break. But I personally believe this is it for him.
I don't.
Well,
I don't know.
we'll take us out of here, Chris. When we come back, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Will you put the music on?
Well, I know.
You run the machine.
Well, I'll take us out, Chris.
Hang on, man.
Pat him on the back this time, see?
I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I thought maybe you were. I thought you were going to say something about us still needing some hole sponsors for our golf
Well, we
tournament.
definitely will talk about that
Okay.
in the segment too. So, hey, you've been watching the Coach's Box here on Off the Rails Media. We'll be right back after these commercials.
For free.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up.
This is gonna get tens and tens of views.
But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
Case and Bucks and Barnhart welcomes back the 2-pound pork steak special every Thursday. Kids eat free every Tuesday, and all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day, all day, only at Case and Bucks and Barnhart, home of over 55 appetizers. Learn more at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
You aren't looking for a cookie-cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
All right, everybody, and welcome back to our second segment of the Coach's Box.
What?
What? Second.
Second.
Off segment.
The rails.
3 times
media.
Second. What's that? When you say a word over and over again and it starts to lose...
It sounds weird.
Yeah. Lose all meaning. It sounds weird. Yeah. What do they call that?
I have no earthly idea.
I don't know. You guys have never seen Ted Lasso either. Great show. I went back and started watching them. They're great.
I don't even know what it is.
What's it on?
Apple TV.
Oh, I don't have that.
Well, since I said at the end of second segment,
Anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there right now. You know, the Black Cat Hoopsters golf tournament is coming up just around the corner.
I thought he was going to be talking about Wainwright.
So, before we go to
Shameless
that,
plug.
Before we go to Wainwright, we gotta make some money for the basketball.
Wainwright made
program.
plenty of money last year. We need to make some money this year. Hoopsters golf tournament.
That's right.
Zoom in on that H.
October 22nd, we are 31 teams, and we have one spot available.
Future starter on the girl.
There she is, right there.
Jill, you want on the show?
You want to say hi? Oh, here you go.
Oh my God, look at her.
Right here.
She's actually going to have some nerve and get on this show.
Pius sucks.
Oh,
man! Oh, my daughter just said
That's right. She said it
on air.
She is not afraid.
Hey, what things? Hey, what?
Nice job.
What guests say here on the show do not reflect
Guest
viewers.
daughters,
Oh
Man.
my gosh, Jill.
That's awesome.
So you know what their dinner time conversations are like. So
Jill just got a raise. Dylan, guess you're next up.
Man,
you're going to stink
don't
that.
act surprised.
He is surprised. I see his look on his face. He is surprised.
It's like it's probably drilled in their heads at the dinner table.
Exactly.
It's part of saying your prayers at night. It's like, and Pius.
there's a lot of people I like in Pius. I mean,
Hey, yeah.
Until you play us.
1.5 guys in over here, I guess. You know.
I like the Crowdinger. I
He didn't even mention McVey or Miller. Those guys.
I like a lot of people over there.
Oh,
my daughter,
goodness gracious.
she's just fired up. She's competitive.
I love it.
Hold
I
on,
love
time out.
it.
Has
I love
Herky
every
already
minute.
played Pies and volleyball this year?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
At least we got that one. So it might be the only win on the court.
Man, hey, we have to screen our guests next time. So I was not expecting that. I'm like, are you serious?
Are we going to say that the views of this show?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You don't need to give you guys any ammo. Last time that happened and you guys got all fired up. I mean, I don't want any more ammo.
Zach, remind me to clip that.
Over and over and over.
Make it to hey, every time it zooms into her face. Every time she says it.
Hey, you know
and
who
then
that
slow
is,
it down.
don't you?
And then
You
slow
know
it down.
whose daddy that is, don't you?
You slow it down to where it's like
I do appreciate that she come on the show and was not afraid to get in front of a camera, but I was totally caught off guard by that. I did
and
not
to say it with Miller's in Miller's mic.
Right there.
With Miller right there. Gosh dang it, daughter. Sometimes I wish.
Sometimes you wish she didn't. She didn't.
No,
wasn't a
sometimes-
jar.
I know. Sometimes I wish you would have had a little bit more of your mother in you for that situation right
Oh,
there.
boy.
Because that was all Dad coming
So
out.
was that a Jughead type moment? Is that a
You ain't gonna ever hear me say Pius sucks to any of you guys or on air.
Oh, no, I think
or
you're-
on air that I'm serious about.
After hours,
After
Coach's Box,
hours.
you might hear that.
Oh,
Definitely.
Oh my gosh! Why not just put a big old target on your head, you idiot?
Hey, Coach Portell.
Hey, there you go, Georgia.
Check this out.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it could have been worse. You could have said like Miller sucks. At least I would have liked that better.
Better, probably.
I know. I would have liked that better. Oh my gosh!
So speaking of Black Cat
What,
Hoopsters
a
golf
Pius
tournament,
sucking?
I was gonna say.
Go ahead,
Zach, are all the
sorry.
kids watching this as part of
They're
extra
going
credit?
to tomorrow. I don't know.
Just this segment,
Just
though.
a second.
yeah.
Come
This is
basketball season, I've got several of the players in class.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, October 22nd, we have one team left available for our tournament. We are definitely still looking for whole sponsors. And then if you are also a local business and want to maybe advertise your business, maybe not a whole sponsorship, but maybe want to donate some items for a raffle basket to to give away the day of the tournament. We
I
are
chimed
definitely
in,
looking
but
for
I got
those.
totally thrown off.
I noticed.
He is flabbergasted right now.
I'm just saying.
He is speechless right now. This is the first.
She's gonna hear a little bit when I get home.
Are you still on that?
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's okay to say that at the dinner table, but it's not okay to say it on here.
The internet is forever.
I know.
She might end up being a gift before it's all said and done. Just on loop. On loop. Look, guys, what I made.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh man.
This one's with sound.
Oh well,
it's getting deep in here.
That's fine.
Well,
so yeah, if you you like playing golf,
back her words up now.
Hey, if you like playing
I'm
golf,
make sure I tell her that too.
Black Cat Hoopster Golf Tournament, October 22nd. Contact one of these two guys, not us. I have nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
because you guys can't come because you guys don't.
And if
like
you're
to
a
support
business
us.
out there, you need to get your name out here on it.
Yeah.
Hit us up. $150, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And all this money goes to the kids.
Yep.
It
Every
doesn't
single
go
bit.
to me and Blair.
No.
This isn't Blair and Jarvis golf tournament. This is for our kids.
I mean, I tell
great
you,
idea for me.
I tell you what, this is, you got 132 golfers going to be out there from all over. I mean, we've got golfers not necessarily just from Jefferson County, but all over, and so you're going to get your name and your business out there to a bunch of people, and to me, that's what it kind of is about. It's an advertising for you guys as well. So if you want to sponsor a hole, reach out to Coach Jarvis or I, and we'll more than happy to help you out and lead you in the right direction. Or if you want to donate a raffle item or a silent auction item that maybe you have a Pujols $6.99 home run or something like that you want to donate or something. I mean, we'll take that. No problems asked.
I mean, there's plenty of businesses around here that I frequent often. It'd be nice if some of them gave a little back,
Even if it wasn't a $150 whole sponsorship, it maybe was a couple of gift certificates to put in a raffle basket to give away. I mean, we're looking for any of that kind of thing. So it'll be a fun day. Hopefully, the weather's nice and we can go out there and have a good day of golfing. So, but appreciate the coaches box allowing us to kind of advertise a little bit.
They allowed. We just did. We didn't ask permission.
I can go back and edit the video.
You asked for forgiveness.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Beg forgiveness.
I just
forgiveness
plugged
instead
the
of-
stupid thing.
Well,
I know. That's why I said thank
when
you,
you
Chris.
go
I
edit
appreciate
the video, edit that part out. My daughter. Gosh,
no, I
darn
can't.
it.
It's a live stream, Jason. The internet's forever.
Forever.
Well, she'll probably think that forever. So I mean, I
That's
really can't
okay.
get on
You
it
can't take that away from her.
unless I work there. I mean, never know.
She might still say it.
She would. She would.
Just sit there at half court and tell you how bad of a coach you. Oh, that's my dad. Sorry, that job's taken.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Never heard your dad speak an ill word of you.
Whatever.
He never has, actually.
Oh man.
Here's a question I had. What is the better record to have? The career home run record or the career RBI record?
Oh, it's home run.
Home runs
Home
is
run.
the-
Everybody.
the glory
What?
stat.
You didn't hear what I said. That should be the best, the glamorous, whatever.
That's what we said.
What is the best one to have?
The home run record. It's the social network. Would you rather have the
I'm a
2000?
player.
Would you rather have the 2,000-pound Marlin or 300?
I didn't. You take the financial part out of it out.
Did you just
No.
Did you just compare this to a fish?
Yes.
Did you not? Have you not seen that movie?
Marlins.
He hasn't.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Have you?
59 home
Oh
runs.
my god!
Connected.
You're just making. Oh my gosh! You've never seen that movie? Social Network.
I'm sorry. I was making references that didn't make any sense
Trying to-
either.
yeah.
No. What?
You've never seen the Social Network?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, if
Oh
I'm
my gosh.
yes, chicks dig the long ball. I agree, but if I'm looking at it as a player, if I have the RB, that means my team probably won a lot of games.
Okay, 2,200 and some odd RBIs. 700. What is it? It'd be 764. That'd be a new record. 763 is the record
of home runs.
That's it. Okay.
And who has that record?
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you're only driving in 763.
Barry only had it like 1,998 or something like that.
Only
RBIs.
but yeah.
But hold on, you.
How many runs did you just drive in? How many championships did you possibly win?
But you just said, in our last segment, you were comparing who is, or asking the comparison of, besides Pujols in our generation, who's a better player, or who do you think is the best player, and where do we automatically go to? Barry Bonds.
Right.
Why? It wasn't because of his RBIs.
Yeah. How many RBIs? I mean, you go back and look at it. I bet you he had a bunch of RBIs.
It was almost $2,000. It was almost 2,000.
Yeah. So he had the RBIs too. And if he would have, he could have, again, not have juiced and hit home runs and still drove in 100 every year. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about Pujols. I mean, he drove in 100. That's the thing about Hank Aaron. He drove in 100. And he played it for a long time. Right. So what I'm saying is, do you think that those 763 home runs, that's 763 runs at least, but that's only guarantee, or 2,200 RBIs? Which, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you're scoring more runs. Ergo, you're winning more games. Your team's better because they are getting on base.
Yeah, I agree.
You're driving them in.
But
it's like we just said, 40 home runs and 90 RBIs. That's terrible. That means that your team sucks and the guys hitting in front of you can't hit.
How many double plays has he hit into?
Who's that, Pujols?
Yeah.
The
quite
most,
a few.
I think. I think he's been...
Well, I know it's the most.
He also played the longest.
600 and something.
But I mean,
think.
it's kind of like Brett Favre with the interceptions. I mean, he had all of the other records, and he has the interception record as well. You have that much longevity, you're going to naturally have those statistics.
But no, you see what I'm saying though. You're winning. You talk about analytics. You have to be winning when you can drive 2,000 runs in.
Being the best player in history, though, when you're saying by number, and
I never said the best player.
Okay.
Then take that away. You're not. You're putting other things into this.
You do this a lot, Zach. You add things to what
stirring the pot and putting other ingredients in it. Stop doing that. So
he was saying, what is the better stat? The
I said, what is the better record record to hold? The home runs or the RBIs?
I'm going to say the home runs,
and I'm going to say it's the RBIs because I'm winning. Okay, you talked about
just
how
because I hit a seeing eye single.
73.
Just because I hit a seeing eye single and 2 runners scored means jack squat.
Sure
when
does. That means that now it's a
500-foot bomb.
That's 2 runs that my team needed.
But right, Coach Winkler says that chicks dig the long ball.
I know the chicks dig. I didn't say it's the more glamorous stat.
Hold on, time out.
It's
on
the most glamorous stat.
There we go.
I didn't say it.
Period. Isn't that what he says?
No.
Some weeks. End of story. Period.
No,
you just did it. You just ended your own debate.
You're missing the other point.
He's falling forward.
He's falling somewhere.
And Coach Powers says there's more value with RBIs. More value.
There is extreme value.
But you're winning. You're winning. A solo home run is 1.
Maybe.
I'm hitting 2, 3,
You're
whatever.
adding to the argument. Because you didn't say anything about winning. You said home runs and RBIs.
Oh,
you never
said
attached winning.
What is the better record to have? If I'm a player, what is the better record?
Are you going to get paid for home runs, or are you going to get paid for RBIs?
Okay,
you're going to get paid for home runs.
Okay, so it was the most important thing was to make the most money?
Yeah.
Mike Hampton made the most money in baseball one time, too, and he's not the best pitcher. So, great, he did it. That's personal. I'm talking about baseball.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Great. What's the better record
We're
to
giving
have?
you the answer. Just because you don't like our answer, don't try and change our opinion.
Okay.
He's saying
it's
you suck, and he's right.
That's what he's trying to.
And I
hold on. You brought up what does he always say? You brought up the question,
and I think I agree with Chris.
Okay.
You think RBIs are better than
for a team, like a team? Or
It's the better record to have. If Pujols played in St. Louis all those years,
interviewed 90%
you're
of the
wrong. You're wrong here. Hold on. Hey,
you interviewed 90% of the players, and they're going to tell you they would rather have more home runs than RBIs, simply for the fact that
it's status.
It's yep. And I firmly believe that's what players would ask for.
He didn't add that to it. He just said what is most important.
But he's trying to add winning. He's trying to add winning.
You have to add all of that into it.
He was saying that you're probably winning more if you have
I said,
RBIs.
Yeah, that's the incentive. If I'm driving guys in.
Maybe your pitching staff sucks,
then you
and you're losing.
I have a better chance to win if my pitching staff sucks and we're driving in runs.
Would you be if you asked the question, would you rather be on a team that has a guy that hits more home runs or has more RBIs? That's the question you asked.
Hold
then
on,
I would
time out.
say, okay, I would want to be on a
Let's
team
do
that has
this.
more RBIs.
Go back to 1998 and
A
go
better
back to
chance
Mark
to win.
McGuire. Go back to Mark McGuire. Were they talking about who were they talking about? Were they talking about Mark Grace and RBIs back then? Were they talking about whoever else?
Mark Grace was a terrible comparison to McGuire.
You should have said Phil Nevin.
Listen,
Dante Bichette.
Listen.
Sammy
But
Sosa.
were you talking about RBIs that year, or were you talking about the home run chase?
Again, it's not about that's glamorous.
That's part of the
so
argument.
what's the better record to have?
Home
I didn't
runs.
say the most glamorous.
You said best. How we define best is how we define best. It's subjective.
So the public opinion.
Everybody wants home runs.
What?
Yes. They didn't make a Nike commercial that says "Chicks dig RBIs."
No,
they should have though.
They made it Bo knows.
Should have said "Chicks dig the walk."
Boy,
and all
hey,
it is some
yeah,
fat
the
guy walking.
Bo knows
first.
RBIs. No, it's Bo's crushing home runs. I mean,
Speaking
And
of
breaking
records,
bats and running over people in football fields
and making a throw from
that's
left
rough.
field on a dime and making Harold Reynolds famous
I still
for the wrong reasons.
Wasn't it? Was that him or was that Rick? Rick Ankill had
He
a.
did too.
Rick Ankill had an
Yeah,
arm.
Made the announcer sound stupid too on a one.
yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of records, I just want
Uh-oh.
to give a shout out to Herculaneum Black Cat softball player. Looks like Kalen Yamitz broke the scoring. The
batting average?
No, they broke the stolen base record in a season.
Well, I
this
think
year.
the other thing that she could break is batting average.
batting average on Friday. Yeah, she has a chance to break that. In the
I
final.
said don't go over.
No jinx or
There you go.
anything.
Wow.
But that's awesome that she was able to break that as a sophomore, and still has a couple more years of high school ball left. But congratulations to her on breaking that school record that's been around since I want to say 06.
Great kid too.
Yes, yeah, totally great kid. So good shout out to her. I just definitely wanted to make sure mention that because records are made to be broken, and so
I'm sure that
perfect thing for
there'll be
that.
some records probably over there by the old volleyball team at Pius before it's all said and done, right?
Yes.
I mean,
I would say. I mean, it's tough
they
because Pius has
put a little
They've got a
smackdown
history.
on the old Blue Jays 3-1, didn't they?
That was
crazy.
That was our
He's
first
good.
segment when you were sharing everything.
yeah.
I know, but I'm
We
just
were- we
saying.
already talked about it.
So Blair, hold on, Blair. When
Uh-oh.
you think back to the 1998 season, I
Oh
mean,
my
you
God.
just
He did-
automatically think of Juan Gonzalez and Albert Bell, don't you?
Yeah, I never
And
even know
all
who
of
they
their
are.
RBIs that they hit. Right? No.
Can't hear
You
those
know.
guys.
This is good. You're starting to be like the cell phone debate again. He didn't say what was glamorous.
He said best.
Can you
And
hear
so-
the words that are coming out
Yeah,
of my
best.
mouth?
Well,
Yes,
speak it again.
best.
Speak it again. I want to hear what you
Best.
said. What'd you ask?
You did.
What'd you ask, Chris?
No comment.
Okay, my point. Yeah, see, he wants to make us change our minds. Whatever he wants us to
Exactly.
I just call it like I
Exactly.
see it.
say. Yeah,
Well,
we see that.
Once
We
again,
totally see that.
me and Chris are on the same page.
Well, I'm sorry, Jason. I apologize.
You women coaches, I don't know.
That's what it is.
Oh,
you
think?
all been infected.
You guys opened up a can of worms now.
I was gonna say what is it? The opinions or views?
Well,
on
you
this
guys
show.
are all worried about glamour. That's why I said
you've been
it.
affected.
So
I didn't
is
say by what.
everybody else that plays sports.
All right.
True statement.
All right, Glory Seeker.
Is that not one of the reasons
asked
why?
I never get the
not
picture
anybody
taken with the
else.
team because I don't want it to be about them.
glorious
He
stat.
did not. He
But
said,
it's
"Would
the
you
best.
rather
No.
have be the guy with the most home runs or the most RBIs?"
not what I
He
said.
said, in
What
your
would you hold?
opinion,
What
in
is
your
a better
opinion-
record to have?
So do you want to hold the guy with the most hits or the most home runs?
Well, once again,
That's
who
the
do we say is better historically, Babe Ruth or Pete Rose? We always say everything's judged off the Babe because of the home run record,
Oh, yeah.
because that's the most sacred record in all of sports.
Babe doesn't have the record.
He did
At the time.
for a long, long time.
Bonds has the record. Barry Bonds.
Barry.
And why?
Bonds.
And because of the whole steroids, and everybody's butthurt that he has the record, or at least a lot of people are.
Don't use that at Peevely.
Oh my.
I don't get it.
Oh, my.
Is that an after story show?
After show.
Okay.
And with that, I think it is time for a break.
Is it already?
Yes.
We went fast.
Man,
Hey,
hold
really
on,
kind of-
time out. He needs to start coming up with topics because that segment flew by.
Yes, it did.
Chris,
Fastest segment ever.
there we go.
Whatever.
8 minutes.
Kind of like that glorious stat of RBIs.
It says we've been live for an hour and 1 minute, so that
Time
would
for a break.
Time for a break. See,
You have been.
You have been
watching
The
coaches
box for free.
Off the Rails Media.
For free.
We'll be right back.
For free. For free.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up.
This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
Case and Buxton Barnhart welcomes back the 2-pound pork steak special every Thursday. Kids eat free every Tuesday, and all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day, all day, only at Case and Buxton Barnhart, home of over 55 appetizers. Learn more at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
All right, you're back here with the Coach's Box on Off the Rail Media, and we got kind of cut off by Chris on that last segment.
He didn't. He took his ball and went home. He didn't like
said
the
it's
answer.
time for a commercial.
Because it was.
Yeah, I guess that's why my daughter said what she did. But anyway,
Doubling down on it, isn't he? Doubling down on it.
but you
Slow
know,
motion gifts.
and I don't know. I just don't know where she learned it from.
Me neither.
All right.
So
Jesus
we-
knows when you lie.
we talked a little bit because
Yes, he does.
Zach is usually the topic maker here. I'm not going to lie about it. And Tua was one of the topics that
Tua Tapalalova.
Yeah, so,
Tua, whatever her name is.
hey, Miami,
Tapalia.
you talking out of both sides of your mouth, or what's going on here?
Little interesting. I mean, this whole week has been a little bit interesting.
I mean, Zach, how interesting is this whole thing?
The whole idea of you're going to defend. So 2 weeks ago
He was cleared.
He was cleared. So you're going to defend the fact that he was eligible to play health wise, but then you're going to fire the independent guy based off of the fact that he got hurt in a completely different day, different week, different scenario.
You know they're not pressured. These NFL quarterbacks and the teams are not pressured to make sure that they're cleared, I'm sure.
No.
Well, so for people who don't know, Tua was playing in a game, got knocked down 2 weeks ago, hit his head on the, on the
it's
ground.
a back injury.
Whatever. Tries to get up.
Neck.
And clearly stumbles. Kind of, looks a little disoriented. Comes off the field.
He got his bell wrong.
Got his bell rung. Okay.
Not a concussion.
Concussion protocol would say that he couldn't play. He had
Nope.
to pass all the stuff and couldn't play until he
Not
did.
in my day.
I was going to say your day's over with.
Yeah, Jason, in case your CTE's acting up, you have been retired for a while.
He's got the ADD that flares up. You got the CTE.
I don't know. I probably have the CTE/ADD. So I was never diagnosed because I'm so damn old. But
We didn't have that stuff back then.
we didn't know what that was.
We just got to switch out. You just got whipped.
you out in hematite, man. You don't know what that
Rub
is.
some dirt on it.
Only
but
thing
it's my
Jarvis
head.
knows is how to be a Jadilf.
Get it done.
Darn right.
So
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So Tua plays. They played the Bengals last week, and he got
Man.
absolutely twisted and slammed to the ground. It was It should not have been flagged.
You don't
It
think
wasn't.
so?
Not a darn bit. No way.
I'm
Still
not-
could
I'm
have had
just
the ball. Yeah,
I'm
you take
saying,
him to the ground.
I've seen
I
flags
know.
called for less.
Yeah, it looked like flag football.
Right.
But so he bounces his head, and he clearly, his fingers were, it was gruesome.
Yeah.
Just
The
he just
fingers were
like
weird.
Well, and that
man.
was the thing. I mean, it was instantaneous, and that's what they talk about neurological.
Yes.
If you have a neurological issue, that's one of the things. I mean,
Well, he had to be carted off the field, and everybody was saying, well, there was an obvious head
All right,
injury
I'm
that happened.
gonna just interrupt the whole
Jump in
conversation, okay?
Well,
Here's the thing.
jump in. It's part of the show.
Yeah, I call it like see it. So, look,
Whenever you want.
Look, dude, coming from someone who's played football, played college football, that's what football players do. You could tell a football, oh, you shouldn't play, blah blah blah, da da da. They are going to do everything they can to get back on that field.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And when you're making the type of money that they're making, when you don't know when your last play is going to be, you're going to do everything you can to be on that field.
yeah, you've got a certain.
I mean,
timeline.
Miami has been playing pretty well.
Well,
right?
they were 3-0 coming into that game, and then they lost.
And I'm the quarterback.
Bengals played good,
I'm
though.
going to do whatever I have to do to make sure I'm on that field.
Well, especially since he was on the hot seat. People didn't think that he might be a bust and getting second guessed. You realize though that what was the guy who was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals second overall as a quarterback? Only the next year Kingsbury gets hired.
Rawson.
Was that his name? But he was the second overall pick, and he got traded whenever they drafted Kyler Murray. And he was the second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was a high draft
I don't
pick.
think it's Rawson, but he's already bounced around.
Yeah, he's bounced around like 4 teams,
But
man. I mean, it's hard to get a shot. So he's playing for his spot.
And the NFL could say whatever they want. They could say they're trying to protect players. My butt.
No, they're not.
You are not trying to protect anyone. You don't give a crap that Tua may never walk
Play a
right
game.
again or whatever. You're worried about one thing and one thing only,
Green.
and that is green. Yes,
Green.
money. Goodell is one of the most evil people in the world.
Did I not mention?
I mean,
have I said on this show?
Stan Kroenke and Jerry Jones are worse, but they're all three right there.
Oh, I'd agree. I would agree.
Stan Kroenke could die, and I wouldn't. He'd be on fire. I wouldn't pee on him.
Well,
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, maybe I would pee on him because it'd probably ignite the fire more. But anyway,
what are you drinking, Jason?
With all of this.
Hey,
that's vodka.
A couple beers, man. Yeah, gee,
That's what I'm saying. It ignites.
All right, Zima, just chill. Get on ice.
Zima.
What's in that Diet Pepsi over there?
I don't know.
Oh, it ain't even diet.
It's in a different glass. So
you drink leaded
Zach.
Pepsi, don't you?
No sugar.
Whenever I can.
Uh-oh, Zach.
Don't let Mom see that.
Yeah.
I just
hide it.
Guys, I mean, protocol, not protocol, blah, blah, blah.
He was cleared.
He was cleared, so he's going to play.
And there was an independent, not a Miami doctor, an independent contractor.
Yeah, so how can you blame the Dolphins? That's the thing that aggravates me, too. He was cleared. So what are the Dolphins going to tell him? No, you can't play? No.
Do we know for a fact that he was cleared? Have we seen documentation of that?
Yeah, he was cleared.
Miami is defending. See, this is why they're talking out of both
defending the
sides.
guy, but they fired him.
Well, no, they're defending the fact that he was eligible and cleared to play. But then, yes, because they have to do something. Now, if it was his foot, if it was an arm, if it was something that happened the week before, this is
Rub some dirt on it.
This is a non-issue.
Yeah, agreed.
But because it's back-to-back weeks of seeing him,
well, and if
stumble around,
if that doesn't happen, that incident doesn't happen. Say he breaks a leg or something. It's not okay. Well, dude, he could have had that 3 weeks from now.
Yeah,
that's the risk you take every time you step on an NFL football field,
especially a quarterback.
And they're bigger, faster, and stronger every year that we play this game. And dude, you take risk, man. That's why you're making millions of dollars.
That's what your job is.
Yes,
Sorry.
I mean, if I could have made the NFL and had the chance to play, and I know I could go out. You could go out here to Pee Wee football and break your neck and be paralyzed the rest of your life. But how many people are putting their kids out of Pee Wee football? Yeah. All kinds of kids are.
You got to do. A lot of these guys are doing it because they have to have it. They have to. They have to get out of whatever bad situation their family is, and that's their way out. So when they make it, I'm not going to blow it. I'm going to do everything I can.
Thing I can.
How many
to hold
fingers
on
do
as
I
long
have?
as I can.
Is he holding up fingers? That's going to be the thing. I'm going to try to figure out a way to stay.
I mean, Ronnie Lott cut his finger off.
Yes.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, people
I don't think
guys
it's
like
a
that no
Tua
more.
issue. I think it's the fact that it's Miami and how they're saying, oh, well, he's fine, he's good to go. But then it's worst case scenario. You have another, upper body injury. That's
I just think it was a bad luck for them. I mean,
well, and you go perception is reality, right? Now,
That's what I heard.
let's just say it wasn't as graphic as it was, right?
It's still going to have it. You're still going to have the Karens of the world jumping on, their little faceless screens and telling how terrible Miami is.
What if though he doesn't? He doesn't. The look isn't there. He's not carted off in the stretcher.
Well,
what if instead he gets up, does one of these, and then goes over, and then they administer the test? Are we even talking about this?
No, we're not.
No, we're not talking
about it. And Darian brought up that's not his first one. I'm going to tell you right now, there probably isn't a guy that plays in the NFL right now that if they got a concussion tomorrow or next game, that it was their first one.
No.
Not one of them.
Chase Daniel.
Maybe
most of them don't even know.
Kicker?
No.
Maybe a kicker?
Most of them don't even know.
No.
That big old fat kicker from Mizzou, baby. He never had one.
And I mean, you're as old as Brady. You may have had him. I mean, back when I was in high school, dude. No,
didn't even know what they were.
No,
at that point,
couldn't remember what they were.
And I'm sure it wasn't to his first one. And like Ben Elix says, NFL money is not guaranteed.
It's not.
That's the thing.
And so that's the other thing.
That's why they're going to try to play.
So everybody's. This brings up a good point with look at the Ravens quarterback. He is taking a big chance of playing right now, right?
Yes, he is.
But he probably looked at Dak and said, "Well, Dak got injured and still made millions, so I'm not worried about it."
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's a mess.
I think it's a bad
it wouldn't have been a mess if his fingers wouldn't have done that funky thing.
That's what I'm saying. If he wouldn't have been carted off on the stretcher, if it wouldn't have been...
I think even if he got carted off on the stretcher, if his fingers wouldn't have done that funky thing and everyone... It was like a zoom on it.
Zoom on it, yes.
And it was
and
freaky.
they talked about it.
And it was freaky
about
looking.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
It's no different. You talk about changing the game, and you talk about, once again, perception and reality. Go back to Theismann when Lawrence Taylor snaps his leg. They changed the game.
I remember.
And you bring
it,
up the fact that now you have blindside. You have a new word definition vocabulary inserted because of that incident. You don't think other people broke their legs or broke limbs prior to that? But what was it? It was the fact that when he rolls over, it's dangling.
Well, and wasn't the bone sticking out?
Well, you couldn't.
Compound fracture.
It was a compound fracture. I mean, that was one. It was gross.
Right.
It was it was the one we saw was the Raiders running back that had the one. Do you remember that? I can't think of the Raiders running back's name, but his leg bent all weird and
Well, you go Dak last year or a couple years
that
ago.
was disgusting.
That was a bad one. But I mean,
his leg was basically facing the other way.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because it was the head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and with all the CTE stuff that's going on, and I hate that whole situation too because Junior Seau, who definitely had CTE.
Yes.
He would not have traded what happened though. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have came off that field.
No.
Well, none of them are going to. You can't. That's why they said they got to take it out of the players' hands. That's why there you have the concussion protocol and the independent people that come in and do it. So, yeah, it looks bad on the Dolphins, but they had to do something. So they're going to.
They had to do something.
They had to. Well, it's the society we live in, Zach. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Oh, yes.
But it's like somebody pisses and moans. It's like, well, we got to do something. We got to make it look like we care.
There we go.
That's it.
Perception is reality.
It's
totally
100%. So that's what I'm saying. If I had to pick anything, I'm saying that the NFL, led by the Antichrist himself, Roger Goodell.
He just called him the Antichrist.
It would not be the first time on this show I have called him the Antichrist or the most evil person in the world.
No, Stan Kroenke.
But you start thinking about this. Who's liable?
Who's
liable?
Nobody, because he was cleared. But that's why they fired the independent. That's why Miami is doubling down and saying no. And that's the whole story.
It was his fault.
Out of one side,
yes,
it's he's cleared. And they doubled that. They said
they fired him because they cleared him.
Right.
I think Miami's trying to cover their butts.
There we go.
But
that's why they're talking about both sides.
Outsourced doctor tells me that my quarterback is cleared, you're talking about the only position to me. I don't care what anyone says. That is the most important position on the field. The quarterback is the most, and you well, argue with me, people. Argue. That is the the most important position in a football game. If you do not have a good quarterback, look at teams. Look at the Jets. They've been miserable for how long? Because they haven't had a good quarterback.
They have Mark Sanchez.
But let me ask you this.
They haven't had a good quarterback.
Let me ask you this. How many times back when we were in high school and pro sports and college sports, do you think how many guys got concussions and never even knew what they were?
Well, you heard it all the time on any documentary.
But you knew. But how many guys didn't say a word?
Well, I
didn't say a word.
Well, they talked about, okay, so what was it? Was it Charles Woodson or Howard? Somebody said you got your bell rung, and then your teammates, if you took yourself out of the game, your teammates look down on you like what? You're weak?
Yeah.
You're a wuss that you're not gonna. You hold on. You got your okay. We all have our
one of the biggest. I had a concussion. It was at Herky. It was on Herky Field. It was my junior year. I'm certain I had a concussion. I threw up in the huddle, and I wasn't saying a word. I wasn't coming out of that game. I wanted to no. And I'm certain I had one. But my brother played a whole half one time, and I'm not saying we did the right thing. This is not the right thing to do. My brother played a whole half and didn't even remember scoring a touchdown.
But my point to that is how that's how much society has changed in the sense of, and I think even Brian just mentioned it here, like how many guys have broken bones, broken, arms, or hands or wrist or whatever, but wrapped it up and said, I'm playing. Like, they're not going to take me out of this game. And how many times at that point would today's society be a big time liable for that if you allowed that student athlete?
That's why you got to lose your job.
As a doctor.
That's why he lost his job.
But as a doctor, how do you say, hey, he's clear? Like, he's okay to go play?
I don't know. There's a lot of doctors are doing a lot of crazy things now.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, it's crazy to think
well, you can play with a broken bone.
Well, you can. But how many?
It's hard to play with a broken head.
How many doctors are going to release you to play in today's society?
Well, it depends on the bone, and it depends on the break, and it depends on if you're going to do any further damage and all that stuff.
Correct.
I mean, you could,
maybe he wasn't a good doctor. Maybe he didn't finish the top of his class.
Well, maybe we don't know that.
Maybe he had a low GPA.
Maybe he grew up in Illinois.
Maybe he only scored. Maybe he only scored a 25 on his ACT and not a 32.
What's wrong with scoring?
Maybe he didn't go to Pius. That's why that problem is.
I scored lower than 25.
He didn't go to Pius and score 32.
What was the lowest you had to get? Or
I got a 20. I took it once, got a 20, done.
They're like, yeah, we'll take you.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
How many fingers do I have?
4.
I don't even need to know.
I have 10, but you knew I had fingers.
You only put 4
held
up.
up your fingers. You only put 4 up.
I said, how many fingers do I have?
Well, and then you went like this.
There he goes. There he goes.
Okay, it's the same thing.
It was perception. I thought you were asking how many you had held
All
up.
right, easy question. Then how many animals did Moses bring on the ark?
One of each.
None.
Moses didn't
Noah.
take anybody on the
Moses, it was Noah.
That's one of those things. It's like, how many fingers do I have?
Well,
I have.
Yeah. Well, shut up.
Simon says.
And then when the kids say you have 10,
what my
I said
daughter
I have
said,
8
shut
fingers and two thumbs.
Because you're associated with it.
Sorry, Chris.
That's all right. I could have worked at Herky. We've already been over this.
We have.
I didn't make those decisions.
I mean, you got 3 guys here that have actually
worked at Herky.
No, don't put worked on it yet. I don't need an ED yet, bro.
Worked at or currently work at.
I don't need that either. The ED, this jerk.
So he's working on a new sponsor.
He like that Smiling Bob commercial.
Oh my God!
Remember those? So disturbing. See Jason. I mean, Jason seems a lot happier now.
Oh my gosh, the show really hit a low, and it was all because of a pious person right now.
Oh, look at that! I'm not the one talking about ED over here.
I'm the one that made it sound like that's the ED I was talking about.
Well, Grandpa, when you make a joke like that, we get to say things.
I can't even start. I'm done. Segment over.
Value.
Well, it's been a fun show tonight.
I can't believe.
And this is why it's free.
This is GF.
People like him stoop to levels that are way
Low hanging fruit, right?
Yeah, you grab a low hanging fruit.
You guys all right or what?
Oh, shoot.
Zac McVey is out of control. I hope his mom and dad are watching this.
Kiss your mom with that mouth.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm crying. You know what? I need to laugh like that.
Hey, it's homecoming week. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday.
I was thinking yesterday it's been a long week. It's
Tuesday.
The real Matt Schutte is watching now.
Oh, my.
the real man.
Would he please stand up?
The real Matt Schutte.
Wait, not the fake one who has family Family, if the kids are on the broadcast?
Yeah, you know.
That takes away the ED.
Yeah, we're still on shooting us and like 2 other people watching.
That's all right. They all watch later.
I'm crying bad. I mean, that was bad. Gosh,
It's
dang.
so funny.
I went from totally wanting to punch Zach a couple weeks ago to now I can't stop laughing. My head hurts.
Give
like
it time.
I have a concussion. I mean, I was
Just like Novocaine. Give it time.
You guys are just like the girls that have to deal with discipline.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
they're all mad at each other, and the next thing you know, they're all friends.
That was, oh my God.
That was great. Blair is.
You have to cut that up. That has to be a TikTok because, I mean, that was good.
Well, Jason, you got some free time doing it.
I know. I'm coaching, man. You ain't coaching right now.
You had time to make that commercial.
Coaching. I'm not going to say when that was because
He's not coaching. He's
after
not only
school.
coaching football.
It
He's
was
coaching
right
girls
after the bell
basketball.
rang.
It was not. It was not on
yeah.
time where he should be supervising
Nope, it
kids
was
or
not
doing
on
anything.
Oh no, it was my off hour.
No,
you
it was
just told-
after.
you just told it was
Hold on.
after.
Does school still get out at like 2:43 or something?
We get out at 2:40.
All right, so it was about 2:47 is when you hit the record
it
button.
was right after my.
I mean, you about
off hour.
sent it to me at like 4:30, but
It was not 4:30.
Yes,
when
it
I
was.
said- No, it was not.
Yes,
it was whenever I aired it, Zach. He said it a long time before that.
Not a long time.
No, he did not.
Not a long time.
About 15 minutes.
It's about 3:00 when you got it.
That's what I'm saying.
A long time before 4:30. I was thinking an hour and a half.
time is at 3:00.
Yeah, that must be a Borgia thing.
Oh,
No, he
my
knows.
eyes are burning, man.
He's literally crying.
I was crying.
That was good.
I'll never forget this one.
No, I was waiting for some other references to come out. I just didn't think it was going to stop.
That's what she said.
I was waiting for it.
Oh
I set that one up.
Blair, cue the music. Please, cue the music. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Chris spiked that one down.
It wasn't dug out either.
Hold on. Just so everyone's watching, Chris, if you can zoom in, this is called Pepsi. This is the non-alcoholic version of
That has nothing to do
What?
with
It has nothing to do with it, man.
Problem is McVey started the whole thing.
He's over there saying it's Pepsi. There's a lot more Pepsi in there. You're the one that started
There's
all
a lot
that.
of carbonation in that
I'm not the
Pepsi.
one who said anything about having ED.
I didn't
Oh, I'm so sorry.
play some music. I hate McVay.
And it's full circle. Right? That's what we do here.
Oh my God.
Chris, we said we wanted to have a shorter
Tony
show
T
here.
just said none of us get up before 7:30. No,
Oh, man.
I have to be at school at 7:10.
I'm up at 5. Blair doesn't even sleep. He's like
No.
a vampire.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
True.
That you guys sent some text way before I'm awake.
Oh, yeah.
No, on top of
We
that,
know.
I live 2 minutes from school, so
He
I mean,
literally gets up and goes to school.
That was a good life choice.
oh man, my
Yeah,
eye-
that's a
my-
good idea, Chris.
My eyes are burning. So tune in next week.
Are we just gonna
When we
leave it?
have our
Are we
new,
gonna leave it right?
when we have our new sponsor, Hims.
I thought you were going to say bent carrot or something like that.
Oh, this may have been the best day of the week right here. And it's all McVay's fault.
Fault?
Yes.
I bring value.
ED.
You
Oh,
bring
value.
you bring extremely good value.
ED. All that's all I can say. Extremely good value.
Well, the ED would be extremely good.
How strong is that lemonade you're drinking?
Solid.
Oh, my.
Cut it off, Chris. Hey, good night. Thank you.
Oh, shoot. Well, if you enjoyed this and still aren't offended,
Yes.
or terrified or mortified or whatever other adjective we can come up with.
I am not watching this episode.
Oh, this would be the one to watch. Tune in tomorrow at noon for another episode of On the Move with the Caravan Football Preview with Jim Powers.
Very professional show.
That's the professional part.
That's the professional.
This is the after hours rated R.
I am in bed.
Don't let your kids watch it. Well, he said at the beginning it could offend people.
Definitely don't invite your kids on because you don't know what the heck they're gonna say. At least Weston, I know, can't say it yet. No, he's heard it, I'm sure. But
only at the dinner table.
Yeah, only at the dinner table.
This must be like a thing that you guys just like, hey, let's sit around and see who has the best bash on Pius.
dude, that is not the only team that we've ever set at my dinner table sucks. So if
everybody has now heard
if
that.
If everyone in the conference wants to jump on, go ahead. I mean,
just get on. Fine.
It's part of
Hey,
it.
talk about Friday. You're talking about conference.
Working on some here, Zach. What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know.
Projects. He's doing projects.
he's pulling up the Hims ad.
Our new sponsor.
Jason, you beat me. I was going to send it to your email.
Well, make sure it's not my school.
Don't put ED on the end either.
Oh my, that could be that could be wild.
Well,
Don't
Shooty,
put
if I was
ED on
making the money you were raking, I'd get up at 5:15 too.
Man,
True.
Cold-blooded right there.
cold-blooded.
He's big time. He's president now.
I need some water.
He's president.
I just cried out like half of the hydration I had today.
That's not hydrating enough for you?
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome.
Tastes amazing,
Man,
right?
look at Jim.
I know, right? Just gotta bring him back.
Are we ever going to have him back on this show?
He's been busy.
We got to come up with a ghost name for him.
He acts like
Casper for...
Hey, Kevin.
he acts like he's like somebody
Kevin.
important or something.
Oh.
Oh,
Man.
Bang, bang.
Jimmy,
Shots
Shots fired.
Jimmy, name Jimmy. Jimmy.
Jimmy! Jimmy!
Shooty said I'm like the Olive Garden. I got unlimited bread.
Oh, sticks.
So
Anyway, talk about
this turned
Friday.
into Comedy hour.
Talk about Friday, Zach. We have another Between the Lines Friday Night Football. Didn't butcher it.
There we go.
St. Vincent Indians are going to be traveling up to St. Pius X, take on the
notice how
Lancers.
it's always private school games these people do. I mean, we might as well call
Zach, how many games
Private
have
school
we
media.
done broadcasting for Between the Lines now?
This year?
This year.
Just this year?
Yeah, this fall season.
About, what, five, six,
Five,
something
six,
like
yeah. How many times have I said, every time this comes up, you can take the equipment and do what you want to do with it. I really don't care.
That'd be kind of difficult.
No.
It would be.
Show how talented you are, Jason. Run the show.
I'm
You do
pretty
not
talented.
want to hear Coach
How talented
Jarvis.
I am? I mean, what?
You don't want to hear Coach Jarvis on a Friday night. It is
my.
all positive.
Positive.
And you've never seen that kind of side of Coach Jarvis, but that's all he is on Friday nights is positive.
Shoot, wait till basketball. I'll be so positive you guys won't be able to stand it.
So anyway, back to it. Pre-game's at 6:40. Game time's at 7. We've been running the music for like 4 minutes, so yeah.
Is this a conference championship on the line?
And if he's positive for more than 4 hours, he needs to go see a doctor.
Wait.
That's true.
Is it a confidence championship?
Championship is on the line.
Potentially.
No, there's still games to play.
Where's it at?
Potentially.
It's at St. Pius.
That's St. Pius.
Okay, I'll give it a little bit of an edge to Pius.
The
but,
two private schools are going at it for the conference championship.
well, of course, the private schools, the ones that
Good stuff.
recruit.
It-
you
it's
know.
still-
I can't talk about it because I'm broadcasting the game.
It still doesn't mathematically.
Can't bet on it.
Oh, you can bet on it one time. One
Hey,
time.
hey, when the mics are
just gotta
closed
go
off
over to-
here in a little bit, let's throw down some money on this.
I'm neutral
I
here.
got mine.
I'm neutral.
Sure do.
All right.
I know who Jill's voting for.
They ain't no kidding. See how it is.
I don't know. We're not big fans of going down there to play either.
No.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget about tomorrow on the Move with the Caravan with Jim Powers and Friday's broadcast Between the Lines, Friday Night Football. And if you really want to watch a pretty good one, tune in to or with Zach doing, basketball terms, calling volleyball. Actually did a great job, I think. I'm biased.
So is he going to add the basketball, the volleyball terms all for football?
We could. That'd be fun.
Is he doing the game? Friday.
Yeah.
Well, and special guest.
Yes, and we have a special guest.
Brucey.
Valroy.
Yep.
Oh,
is going to be
Mayor of Perryville.
I can't wait to see this and listen to this.
St. Vincent
broadcast.
Hall of Fame inductee Bruce Valroy.
He's only been there like 67 years.
He invented basketball with Dr. James Naismith.
Yeah, somebody was asking me about well, who's going to be good this year in the boys' side, blah, blah, blah. And they brought up St. Vincent. And they go, is Valroy still coaching down there? I said, yes, year 45, I think. I don't know.
He's been there as long as Jason's been alive.
Has he really? Damn.
No.
Close.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He's about a good decade away from it.
Him and Coach Winkler go hand in hand in each other.
Man.
What, in age?
Yeah.
Man, you putting Coach Winkler on blast like that?
I do have to because he
Coach.
Because he usually whips your ass.
Yes.
Man, such hard feelings around here.
Man.
He told me the other day he's yet to beat me yet. So I know I said, buddy, you quit talking about that because this is probably going to be the opportunity you have here. So
Dang.
the challenge to him. I told him he's a challenge.
As a parent of one of the players, I don't appreciate you talking that negative.
I said he's a challenge for him this year.
No.
Is that something we need to dedicate some time to? Have an official meeting?
We do. Let's open up.
I have to invite Dr. Freeman down too, or what?
I will. I will.
Well, if we're not off the air, tune in next week for another episode of the Coach's Box.
What? The FCC ain't regulating us.
FCC won't let us be.
As long as you got an ED on the end, you're good.
What?
Just telling you.
I don't know.
How good is that?
We'll see you guys later. Have a great night.